Well, John and Julie, former Luzerne County Judge Mark Chiavarella, no longer a free man. The 61-year-old sentenced to 28 years behind bars. This is Exeter Avenue. Exeter Avenue is just blocks and blocks of nothing but water. So all in all, that adds about 45 pounds to your body weight. Combine that with the extreme temperatures, fighting the plane fire, and you have a very challenging situation. Well, John and Julie, people were absolutely thrilled about that new stop sign, from college students to nearby business owners and people who live next to that intersection. But whatever came through here at about 2:30 left a path of destruction. We also have trees down on Wyoming Avenue. Again, look at this, the band shell. The Wilkes-Barre band shell completely rolled over onto its roof. Well, hi, Scott and Marisa. Temperatures here soared to near 100 degrees today, adding some humidity, and it feels that much hotter. All these kids here are keeping cool in the pool. Oh, good evening, Julie. Very happy for the skiers. Not so much for the reporter here tonight, though. Behind me, a blizzard is taking place. We are live high atop Camelback Mountain. The snow guns are in full effect right now. I lost a glove somewhere in the bottom of the mountain. And they told me David wasn't wearing a helmet on Sunday when he was killed on Mountain Road in Larksville. Now, they want his death to send a message to everyone who rides an ATV to be responsible.
Right behind that door is the attorney who nobody has been able to locate until today. And Newswatch 16 speaks with him exclusively about the alleged investment scheme he is being blamed for.
Well, Marisa, this morning we went to the apartment of attorney Tony Lupus here in Plains Township, just up the road. We knocked on his door, and to our surprise, the man many people have been looking for weeks answered. That's when I asked him about the alleged scheme. What about the allegations, though, against these people that say you scammed them?
Well, everything will be answered as time goes on.
Everything will be answered as time goes on?
Yeah, as things develop. That's all I can tell you right now. You'll have to talk to my attorneys.
Well, were you scamming people? What happened? And that's all attorney Tony Lupus had to say. Earlier this month, an attorney representing dozens of people filed a lawsuit against Lupus, claiming they invested their life savings, trusting his word that he would make them money. But according to that civil suit filed against him, there was no investing, the money nowhere to be found. Attorney Ernie Priate represents those dozen potential victims. We showed him our exchange with Lupus.
Well, this is a significant development. You unearthed him. He's been sought by authorities now for almost 2 weeks, and so congratulations to you guys.
According to Priate, the number of potential victims could be as high as 80. The amount of money involved possibly in the tens of millions of dollars.
They're not wealthy people. They're plain folk, and they've lost everything. Their retirement. This is their. He said this will be the annuity for you for the rest of your life. Now they have nothing.
And the sheriff's deputies tell me they will keep trying to serve the papers to Lupus. Again, as of now, no charges have been filed against him. I'm Jim Murdoch, Newswatch 16, reporting live tonight in Luzerne County. Well, Scott and Marisa, after our story last night on the number of truck crashes here at the bottom of this hill along Route 115, we decided to come back here today to see if anything's changed. Now, the first thing we found this morning was a state trooper who had pulled over an illegal tractor trailer up toward the top of the hill. And then, just as my photographer Mike Erat and I were setting up the camera, this happened. This truck driver air brakes ablaze and flew past our camera on a road he should have never been on. Just a few hours earlier, state police pulled over this truck driver who ignored 6 signs telling him to keep his big rig off Route 115 North. The driver received a $700 ticket. Apparently, some truck drivers are not paying attention to these signs that spell out which vehicles are banned from coming down the steep hill. In the last 3 weeks, 3 of them crashed at the bottom. And 4 years ago, Henry Grower says he was nearly killed while driving his furniture truck. An out-of-control tractor trailer slammed into him. Earlier this week, he won a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against that trucking company.
If anybody can do anything, just if you have to hire or pay a police officer to sit there and make sure no trucks go down the road, or maybe put some kind of turnaround there where they have another option of, instead if they make a mistake, they don't have to go down the road.
You can still see all the damage left over from the most recent crash, and folks who work at some nearby businesses just down the road say they're worried someone's going to get killed here.
They could kill somebody and not even think twice about it. Can you live with yourself if you killed somebody? Knowing that you're coming down the hill and you're not supposed to come down the hill and your brakes give out? Can you live with somebody if you actually kill somebody?
And now the trooper who had pulled over that truck driver earlier this morning told me they routinely patrol up and down this mountain in unmarked vehicles. Other people we talked to at the gas station told me that $700 fine was simply not enough. And now PennDOT says the drivers need to start paying attention to the signs, and they also say Route 115 here needs to be patrolled more. Jim Murdoch, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Luzerne County.
We feel isolated here. We are isolated here. No bank, no post office, no grocery store. We have nothing.
Nearly 4 months after the Susquehanna River flowed into the borough of Chickasha, some parts still look as if the water had just receded. Nearly a quarter of the borough's 900 residents fled the ravaged community. Arlene Welch is one who stayed.
There'll probably be more that leaves since we don't have those things. You know, there's nothing here. Nothing at all.
The grocery store, gone. The owner, not coming back. The post office abandoned, with no signs of any work. The one and only bank, Wells Fargo, moved to Plymouth. This building scheduled for demolition. 91-year-old Anna Grover served as the mayor of Chickasha in the mid-'80s.
We had everything we needed here. People lived together.
Do you feel forgotten?
Yes, we are forgotten. Yes. But we're here, we're hanging together, there's people here in this building.
What used to be a simple trip to the grocery store for residents in Chickasha has now turned into a 15-minute drive to the closest one here in Nanticoke, and some senior citizens say they have a hard time getting here.
A lot of people don't drive in this building in particular. They don't drive, so they have to depend on someone else to take them, and that's hard on families too. Working families, they don't have the time to do that.
But some signs of life have returned. The Subway and drugstore now open. And for Arlene Welch, nothing will stop her from staying in the borough she calls home.
I'll tell you one thing, if there's only 2 houses here, I'll still stay. I've always been here, and I'll stay regardless.
Jim Murdoch, Newswatch 16,